course, as ever, we're open to any questions on any subjects related to the game. So,
about not so much the amount of airtime that women athletes get, but the presentation of them in the. I mean, the German gymnasts have raised the issue of sexualized outfits.
What we can do is to make sure that our coverage does not highlight or feature in any particular way what people are wearing and whether these, the clothes that they're wearing, whether they highlight any particular elements of the body that have to do with stereotypes. So you will not see in our coverage some things that we have been seeing in the past, with details and close-up in parts of the body or elements that really speak about sexuality or any other type of stereotyping of gender.
As ever, we will discuss all sorts of other questions which you wish to later, but we're going to talk.
Looking at Japanese media when it comes to sports, it's really biased when it comes to gender. There's lots of, I wouldn't say discrimination, but it's, when it comes to female athletes, it's totally biased. Many of the channels look at female athletes as female or girls or wives or mothers, and not really as pure athletes.
Associated Press, I apologize. I have two questions because two different topics.
In Japan, we still don't talk about mental health. And when Naomi Osaka came out with the issue, there's been lots of comments, negative comments on her. And I believe that was also kind of exaggerated with the gender issue, being a woman. But I don't think there is enough understanding on mental health, and she gave an opportunity. But I think that there are lots of athletes coming out right now that it's actually common, and almost every athlete's experienced it, and so it has been an important landmark at that time.
There was a question about the podium celebrations, I think, and you said it's not a like to have, but a must have, and then a few hours later, the rules changed.
The idea is to give those athletes who have been competing, when everyone else has stepped back, the chance to remove their mask for 30 seconds, staying on their steps for a photo. And I think everyone would appreciate, one, that the risk is very, 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 very low, and two, that's completely understandable. I know what you're going to try to get to the microphone and ask me about. Presumably it's not being followed. Those guidelines were sent during the day, and yes, we are trying to make sure that they are closely followed.
Yeah, we can consider that it's one of those proofs that the Japanese people are passionate about these Olympic Games. But in the meantime, we have been saying that we are requesting general audiences to refrain from coming to the roadside under the current situation. So I will have to say that we should thank for those people who did not come and stay their homes to watch those events in their places. So, yeah, of course there's a mixed feeling, but we have to stress that this is the rule that we are conveying. We need to keep saying that people need to refrain from coming to those road events. And it's also, Mark already touched on, for now we have no discussions on the new development in terms of accommodating spectators. But the decision on the Paralympic Games will come after the end of these Olympic Games.